Imagine this. You're in a meeting, sharing an idea, and that one colleague cuts you off with a smug smirk. That's cute, but let me tell you how it really works. The room goes quiet. Your blood starts to boil. You want to snap back. But what if you could respond in a way that leaves them speechless? Not with anger, but with quiet power. Today, we're diving into 5 powerful Stoic phrases that disarm arrogant people without raising your voice, without losing your peace, and without giving them the reaction they crave. Rooted in the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, these phrases protect your inner citadel and reveal the strength of your character. If you've ever felt drained by someone's ego, this is for you. Let's begin. Stoicism teaches that other people's behavior is outside our control. What is in our control is our judgment and our response. Epictetus reminded us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Arrogant people thrive on conflict, on making you defensive, on feeding their sense of superiority. When you refuse to play their game, their power evaporates. Marcus Aurelius woke up every day expecting to meet arrogant, ungrateful, and difficult people. He didn't hope they would change. He prepared his mind to remain undisturbed. Seneca advised responding to insults with calm indifference, because anger is a form of temporary madness that harms you far more than it harms them. In modern life, this means your boss's condescending tone, the know-it-all friend, or the online troll doesn't have to ruin your day. These phrases shift the energy. They don't escalate. They neutralize. They show you're operating from inner strength, not ego. You become the person who stays composed while others unravel. Here are the 5 powerful phrases with exactly how and fui to use them. Phrase 1. You're entitled to think that way. When someone dismisses your effort or talks down to you, calmly say, you're entitled to think that way. This acknowledges their right to an opinion without agreeing or defending yourself. It subtly highlights how subjective their arrogance is. Arrogant people expect pushback or agreement. This response starves them of both. It comes straight from the Stoic understanding that opinions are not facts. Use it in conversations, emails, or meetings. Say it with a slight nod and steady eye contact. Watch their momentum stall. Phrase 2. That's an interesting perspective. Tell me more. Arrogance often hides insecurity or a need to dominate. Invite them to elaborate. That's an interesting perspective. Tell me more. This does 2 things. First, it shows confidence. You're not threatened. Second, it forces them to expand, often revealing the shallowness of their claim. Many arrogant people rely on vague superiority. Asking for depth exposes it. Seneca would approve. True wisdom seeks understanding, not victory. Use this when someone boasts or criticizes without substance. Stay genuinely curious in your tone. It turns the spotlight back on them in the most disarming way. Phrase 3. I'll have to think about that. This is pure Stoic pause. When hit with a condescending remark, respond, I'll have to think about that. It buys you time, prevents reactive speech, and signals that you don't grant their words immediate power. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself to examine impressions before accepting them. Arrogant people want instant validation or argument. This phrase denies both. It's polite, non-committal, and leaves them hanging. Practice saying it slowly. Pair it with a thoughtful pause. You'll feel the shift in power immediately. Phrase 4. It's fascinating how differently people see the world. Deliver this with calm wonder. It's fascinating how differently people see the world. This phrase gently separates their view from objective truth. It reflects the Stoic acceptance of diverse judgments while centering your own clarity. It doesn't attack. It observes. In group settings, it earns respect from others watching. Epictetus taught that we all live by our own impressions. This reminds everyone, including the arrogant person, that their view is just one among many. Use it when someone acts like their way is the only way. It disarms with elegance. Phrase 5. Thank you for sharing that. Simple yet devastatingly effective. Thank you for sharing that. Followed by silence or a change of subject. It treats their arrogance like neutral information. No emotional hook, no fuel for their ego. This embodies the Stoic practice of viewing externals as indifferent. You acknowledge without endorsing. Seneca often emphasized gratitude and restraint even in difficult interactions. This phrase ends the exchange on your terms. It leaves arrogant people unsure. Did they win? No, they just received polite indifference. Apply these in real time, at work, in family arguments, with strangers. Start small in low-stakes situations to build the habit. Remember, the goal isn't to change them. It's to protect your peace and live with virtue. The core Stoic lesson here is this: arrogance in others cannot touch you unless you allow it. These 5 phrases, you're entitled to think that way. That's an interesting perspective. I'll have to think about that. It's fascinating how differently people see the world. And thank you for sharing that. Give you the tools to respond with wisdom instead of reaction. Carry this reminder from Marcus Aurelius. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Stay calm. Stay wise. Stay free. If these ideas resonated with you, drop a like, comment with which phrase you'll try first, and subscribe for more Stoic lessons that build unbreakable mental strength. Share this with someone who deals with difficult people. They'll thank you. Until next time, remember, your peace is your power. Walk with it.